visit his office, his doctor's? He's like, well, no, he hasn't had time to do it. So he's like sitting in the apartment one day, and fucking Joe like busts down the door. It's like got the fucking knife in his hand. He says, "Today I'm gonna slice your throat." And he's like, "Holy shit!" So he's like,
"You need to go to the doctor."
He's like, "That's why you needed to go to the fucking doctors." So the guy's like, "Yes, today you need to die." So he starts like chasing him around the apartment, and he's like just chasing him. He's like throwing shit in front of him, so finally, like every time he runs by the window, like he throws shit out the window, like to try to get like people's attention. And finally, like the police like knock at the door, and they're like, "Please, please let us in." And like the guy didn't slow down; he's still running. And finally, the cops like break down the door, and at that instant, the guy like was from this side. It's almost like reminded me like a Bear Bear. Like he was on this side of the room, and then he was like in the cop's face, like in an instant second.
Yeah.
And the narrator says, that's when I realized that he really didn't want to catch me. Because he would have, he was so fucking fast, he would have caught me like a long time ago.
It's so funny.
Isn't that funny? Yeah,
so funny.
It is. It's funny. So, I mean, he takes the bizarre and mixes it with, like, this dry sense of humor sometimes. So, as a matter of fact, I bought The Painted Bird the other day.
Yeah.
Because I love that book so
good,
much, yeah. And then my friend Kim, I was telling her about the story, and she said, "Really? He writes like shit like there's stuff like that in the story?" Because I was telling her about how the Cossacks came and like raped the whole village.
Like they talk about the baby raping. That's the most disturbing part of the whole book. That's the most disturbing,
I know. And she's like, "Really? He wrote about that shit?" I'm like, yeah. She's like, "Yeah, I got to read that book."
So, it's amazing that people are interested. Because if you tell someone about that, they're like, "Oh my gosh, it's so bad," but they want to read it still.
Well, yeah, because
you're just never exposed to that stuff.
Do you ever watch public broadcast?